How's it going? Welcome back to a brand new episode of Gallery Reviews. I'm sorry that this has come out so far after the first episode. I've just had a lot on my plate in the last couple of weeks, a lot of issues to deal with, a lot of family stuff. Basically, you should all feel sorry for me, and if you really do feel sorry for me, you would send me some of your best so rare cards to my gallery as a way of feeling sorry for me. Now, before we get into the video, I just want to quickly say none of this is financial advice, and you're an idiot if you think that I am smart. Jokes aside, the goal of this series is not to tell you who to buy, but to try and help you with different ideas, I guess, and hopefully my input helps you make a better decision in the future. Now, the first gallery is from Lucky Green. This is actually a blackmail extortion scheme. No, I'm joking. We did a deal for Garnacho last week, and part of the deal was that he would give me a bit of a discount if I reviewed his gallery in this video. So yeah, I'm not going to shy away from it, you know what I mean? It's practically a brand deal at this point. So Lucky Green has got a gallery worth about 72 ETH, which is crazy. And I thought I'd highlight the fact that actually this week, or 392, the week just gone, he actually won under 23 Rare Pro, or at least like, we're hoping it holds. How far ahead of you are you of second? Oh, that holds. That holds, dude. So yeah, congratulations on winning under 23 Rare Pro. You've won 0.2 ETH, and hopefully an Mbappe or someone like that. Maybe not Mbappe, he's no longer under 23. Maybe like Haaland or something. I don't know what the prize pool's saying, but congrats. Let's freaking go, dude. Now, we're actually in a really weird period for gallery reviews. It's an odd sort of time right now. And the reason why it's an odd time is because, like, we don't really know, like Americans transitioning into Europe, and like, you know, we don't know how certain teams are going to perform in Europe and things like that. It's the first weekend of Europe, so I'm going to stay away from like recommending too much on the European or America side and just kind of look at where I think things are going wrong in people's galleries, if that's the case, and if not, where things are going right. Because also, this could be a gallery flex series as well. Like, I'm happy to just look at people's galleries if they just want to flex. Now, Lucky Green actually messaged me saying that he's really struggling to win rewards. He's got a 72 ETH gallery, and he's won about 20 ETH in total, which I don't think is a terrible return, because that's actually probably a lot lower than what it should be. So Rare Data do they take the current valuation, and you can't really see what it was when you won it. I'm going to zoom in a bit more as well for you guys. So you've won quite a few, you know, half decent cards. You've got a few super rares here and whatnot. I don't think you're doing as badly. I think you're beating yourself up a little bit. I don't think you're doing anywhere near as badly as you say you're doing. And if I look at, like, for example, previous game weeks, 391, 3 rewards, 390. Okay, it's a midweek, you know. 389, 4 rewards, 387, 9 rewards, and like $50 of ETH. 385, you won, or you came third in under 23 limited. Like, yeah, I don't think you're doing anywhere near as bad as you say you do. We're going to go back to last weekend so I can get a good idea of what your lineups typically look like, so I can kind of, you know. So you came fourth in Champion America Rare Pro. I mean, that's solid, to be fair. But did you have any other super rares that you could have used? I mean, you have Santiago Rodriguez, but you used him at under 23. I know that Baek John Bomb was expected to start, I believe, so that was a bit of a shock, because I'm pretty sure he starts like most games and then just randomly DMP'd and everyone panicked. So that one's not really your fault. Capture 20 Super Rare, I'm guessing this is just like a throwaway lineup, but it's like interesting. Super Rare Kai Wagner in All-Star Rare Pro. I'm seeing that you've got the same stacks here. One thing I would say, I'm not the biggest fan of running like multiple of the same player. For example, a goalkeeper. I know the upside if you had like 3 Andre Blakes and he gets a 75-point game is huge, but more often than not, he's going to concede. Well, he's not more often than not, but when he concedes, like, it screws 3 lineups, pretty much. I'm just not a huge fan of that. And whether you just think that Andre Blake's the best goalkeeper in the MLS, and that's where the route you should go down, I don't know. But, like, for me, I don't like playing the same goalie multiple times. I also, in this lineup, think it would have been way smarter to play that Super Rare Wagner in here. I mean, Espinosa's not a bad player, but, like, and it's unfortunate that, like, he just scored badly in this game. But an MLS away game like this, I'm never a big fan of. I typically don't like playing players that have away games in good lineups, pretty much ever. And you had a Super Rare Kai Wagner here that, I mean, like, it's not the, like, yes, it would have got you, like, second place or whatever. And I'm not saying that, oh, in hindsight, you know, but, like, for me in general, people know the way I like to play so rare. I like to partner up defenders with goalkeepers, and I think he would have been better off playing that Wagner in this lineup. If I check out your All-Star Rare Pro lineup, for example, let's have a quick look at it. Yeah, so like, I mean, I don't, to be fair, don't know a huge amount about, I know Sasha's decent and that isn't an awful matchup for him. He's at home against Internacional, you know. I don't know much about Kazashvili, but I know he's not bad. However, I don't know if that's the best best matchup for him. I don't really know. That was an unfortunate game as well. Like, New England were just terrible against Red Bulls, right? But like, this is the point I don't get. Is for me, I think like it was a decent matchup for Philly against I want to say it right, Tijuana. Tijuana. It was a decent matchup for them, and I just like putting them into an away game. I don't know. I personally would have played Kai Wagner in there. I don't know if you've maybe played Kai Wagner in this one to make it work. I see now you have another Elliott here. I mean, you definitely could have made something work where you play Rare Elliott with this Blake, play Kai Wagner in this one. I'm going up. I don't always like it. All right. I would have personally put Kai Wagner here. I would have put Elliott into All-Star Rare Pro and probably put a different super in over either Carlos Heel or Sasha if you have someone that you maybe backed. That was probably the first thing I would have done. I'm a big fan of the like Bo heel lineup here as well. But again, multiple heels like in a week like this, you just get screwed. I get it if you just really like certain players. I'm seeing like multiple Espinosas. I mean, you have Messi here. That's tough. That Messi could have been used to great, like, that could have been a great use to you, that Messi. But what I will say is Alba, Messi, get yourself a Busquets, maybe a Robbie Taylor. Interesting there. I mean, Messi's going to come good for you for sure. I also have a rare Messi. But yeah, that's one thing I'm noticing is you have the same the same player in multiple different versions. I guess they call it like vertical stacking. And don't get me wrong, like it works for sometimes, but like especially in the summer with the MLS, that's so like unpredictable and anything can happen. I'm just not a big fan of vertical stacking with MLS players. Like the MLS is one of the least predictable leagues in my opinion. You get terrible information with injuries. You can never predict what team's going to do what. Like most of the time you back the home team, but every now and then you get an away team that smashed the home team 4-0 and it's like, where did that come from? And it's, you know, you have all-star games that interfere with midweeks and things like that, and then you don't know who's going to play because they played an all-star game. Will they start the weekend? Yeah, for me, the MLS is like, I do like the MLS. I've got a lot of MLS players myself, but I personally wouldn't vertical stack an MLS. This is a really hard gallery for me to review. This gallery is just so all over the place. I mean, you have like 700 cards or something like that. It's just so like, it's so all over the place. I think if I was to give some really solid advice right now, and whether you want to listen to what I just said before or not, whatever, right? I would say the best advice I can give you right now is write down or go on the lineup builder and figure out 5 to 10 really strong lineups in your gallery. And whatever else you've got left over, right? Pick some players that are going to be good depth for those lineups that can work, preferably in multiple lineups. I really like having a depth piece that I can put into All-Star, Challenger, or like sometimes even All-Star Challenger under 23 and have that 3-piece right there and like have it into 3 different lineups. But like have depth pieces that you can put into different places. That makes sense. And then with the rest of it, like you can possibly move on a lot of these cards. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of players that just aren't going to play and they're taking up a lot of your lineups. And I don't know if this is like, if you just back these players for the future or what, I don't know. But like going through some of these lineups and seeing players that literally just won't play in lineups with good players is just like, you know, I mean, River Plate might rotate against Racing Club, so you might not get Paulo Diaz playing here when you have Ryan Gould in a decent matchup. I know he's away, but Ryan Gould is a solid player. You have Valise, you have Sasha, like, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's tough, man. And to be brutally honest, it just seems so all over the place. It seems like, I don't know. I mean, you have Layson here with Pierre, like, this is another thing, right? See, I don't know if Pietalski's going to start. I don't know if Gladyshev starts. I don't know how half these guys, but I know Layson ain't playing, right? I know Parente's probably not playing as well. This guy doesn't play, does he? Like, I'm almost certain he doesn't play. Yeah, like, this guy, what? He comes off the bench. I don't know if you're banking on him coming off the bench and doing something, but, like, you know? Like, pointless. I mean, if Pietalski starts, he's a monster scorer, right? I don't know if he's projected to start or not, but his price would suggest that they think he's going to start. Okay, most people don't think he's going to start, but, like, this guy, if he does play, is a monster scorer, right? Like, you don't have to put an 123 lineup out to have an 123 lineup out, you know what I mean? You can put them into All-Star. So, yeah, I don't know. It's all over the place for me. It's a really hard gallery for me to review. I wouldn't beat yourself up though. Like you're doing, or like I'm not gonna lie to you, you're winning more rewards than I am. I mean, yeah, your galleries worth triple, but like you know, you're winning way more rewards than I am. So I mean, the fact you want my advice when the fact you're winning more rewards than me, you know what I mean? So like, yeah, just try and get a grip of what you're doing though. That's one thing I would say. Like just try and like get a grip and get an understanding of what's going on in your gallery and what you're doing. I'm just seeing so many reds, like so many zeros, man. Why do you have all these players? Why do you have so many Leandro Brays? Bro's a trader. Bro is a trader. Anyway, that's Lucky Green's gallery. I don't think you're doing that badly. I think you're being a bit harsh to yourself personally. But yeah, just bro, get a freaking like, you know, get on top of it. Figure out what you're doing and then do it, you know? All right, so first up from the tweet, we have Sellers UK. Current budget is £800 to £1,000. A few missing pieces to strengthen 4 or 5 rare teams depending on keeper situations. I'm guessing is players who can be sold any except for Liverpool collections and Messi/Armada limiteds. Happy with the gallery going into Europe. Would be good to hear your thoughts. Let's have a look-see, shall we? Oh, by the way, Sellers UK, right? I'll see if I can find a clip for you guys real quick. Made such a ridiculous save in the Anfield game we did with So Rare. It was ridiculous. Let me see if I can find that. I mean, the quality's terrible because it's a GoPro behind the goal on the other end, right? But like, let me see if I can show you this. So Stish takes a shot, right? Look at this save from Sellers, man. It's fucking quality save. He also absolutely body slammed me, by the way. He was playing in defense and legitimately body slammed me. And my neck still hurts from it. So I will be suing you for that. But what a save that was. That was a crazy save from Sellers. Absolutely top draw. All right, let's have a look at the gallery. So 5 ETH gallery. Trent, I see the little limited Trent there. I love that. Trent's going to be so good this year. Oh, you did buy Con. So Sellers messaged me to try and buy Philip Con after I won him. And I waited a little bit. I sold him up here. For 600. What did you pay for him? Let me see. Oh no, you paid all right. 381 is that's solid, to be fair. You did really well with that. 381 for Con. No, so regardless of him playing at Monaco now, like, you've got a decent champion Europe goalkeeper there. Like, he will do all right for Monaco. He won't be insane, but he'll do all right in my opinion. And you paid decent price. You could even make profit now if you wanted to. But I know you've got like a few Salzburg players as well who I think will do well this year. Soleil is one that I think just got slept on for so long. He seems to have got up a lot in price. I don't know if people just expect him to leave like every year, but the fact that Soleil used to go for crazy amounts. I remember I made really good profit on Soleil because I picked up one for like, I picked this one up for £700 and sold him for like 1.5k, and I picked up this one for like 1k, sold him for 1.3k. I remember both of those because like he was linked with a move at this point and then like got linked again to another move. So anyway, sorry, enough about me. I think Soleil slept on. Soleil is one of the best scoring under 23 defenders for AA on the platform. Like, he's one of the only ones that can literally get 70 AA. Like, this guy can get 100 points based on AA alone. I don't see enough of that with under 23 defenders. So the fact that not a lot of people, like the fact he's so cheap is crazy in my opinion. And I think his super rare is the same. His super rare, like, the fact his super rare goes for, like, I mean, even way back when, the fact you could get a super rare for like 1.1 or 1 ETH is crazy. I don't know what people are paying for it now. I'm guessing a lot more. It's just a gallery buy. I hate seeing these so much. Like, it actually breaks my heart seeing these like bundle gallery buys because it's like somebody just gets screwed. Like Pavlovic and Soleil super rares, right? Both of these are probably worth more or around the same as what this guy paid, like 3.2 ETH. You could probably get that for just these 2 cards. And then you've got Joe Hart, Gazelle, and Luke de Jong as well. It's actually heartbreaking. That's such a, like, oh man, it breaks my heart. Because, like, you know, somebody's probably doing it because they need money quickly. And it's like, I don't know. But I get it. Traders have got to make their money as well. Anyway, I'm sorry. I don't know why. This thing's such a weird turn. Sorry. So, let's have a look at some of your European teams. So, you've got Cavallina. Oh, this is a good team. That's a real good team. I like that a lot. I don't know if Federa gets rotated in the weekend because they've got a big game in the midweek. But I hope he doesn't for your sake. That's interesting. I mean, you've got, like, I think 123 is a really solid team. That's a really solid team. How do you do for awards? Okay, well, you've been limited so far until I'm guessing this summer is where you've took the plunge into rare, it seems. Fair enough. I mean, I like that under 23 team a lot. I don't know who is going to be Salzburg's keeper, people are predicting Schläger. Maybe it's worth... Oh, he's a bit expensive now, but maybe it's worth like picking up a Schläger at some point. So you can run like a Salzburg stack and Challenger as well. Maybe that's a good idea. But I like it. I like the team. I know there's people like Gluck who people rate really highly and think he's going to do amazing this year. And there's a couple of decent forwards from Salzburg as well. So maybe that's worth looking at. But to be honest, like I wouldn't change or advise you to do much in your gallery, if anything, really. Like I think your gallery is looking pretty slick, and especially with like the limited Liverpool stack, which everyone seems to be going this year is Liverpool stacks. And some of the cards you've got in your gallery, I can see some Champion Europe cards that are going to be big scorers. Like I think you've done pretty well so far. I think you'll continue doing a lot better. There's no advice I think I can give you with this gallery that's going to improve much, if anything at all, to be honest. I think you're in for some good, especially under 23. I think is where you're strongest. I think you win a lot of rewards this year in under 23. All right, next up we have got So Rare Hatanas. I really hope I didn't butcher that. Budget of 3 to 5 ETH. Near future plan is a couple of European goalies, rare and super rare, and one European under 23 defender / forward each. Players to be sold, probably rare American players towards season ending. Players you'll never sell is Julian Alvarez super rare, and the plan is to focus on super rare and some rare pro competitions. Right, first things first, all right? I'm going to interject right now and say that I think this is stupid. Selling rare American players towards the end of the season, I think is just dumb. I can't lie. Because I know you're going to buy them back next year way more. It's just pointless in my opinion. I'm not calling you dumb. I'm saying that it is dumb. Like, let's have a look at some of America's best scorers right now. Reynoso's in the form of his life. He's insane, right? And this card is literally cheaper now than he was when he was injured. It's crazy. Or he wasn't injured, actually. I think he had a problem with the police or something. I don't know why he wasn't playing, but there was something anyway. And he's scoring ridiculously. He's getting 30 AA plus most games. It's nuts, right? Like, you have like players like Daniel Gazdag, who at the start of the season, this card goes for what? Like, all the way up here at like £700. He's down at like, he was down at under £200 earlier this week. And they're just like two examples. So many cards are so cheap in America. I think America is one of the best opportunities right now for buying cards, because I know there's going to be a bit of a hold during the winter, you know, from like November to March, you're going to have to hold those cards. But firstly, you'd be shocked at how quick those months go by. Secondly, either the profit or the opportunity cost you'll make by buying those players then or now and holding them is crazy. Like, I've never seen American players so cheap in my life. Like, I don't get why they're so cheap. We still have like months of utility left. Genuinely, I don't get it. If someone in the comments can let me know why, clearly I'm stupid and I've missed something. I don't get why they're so cheap. Maybe everyone just thinks they're going to sell all their American players now and then buy them back at the same price, but I assure you that probably won't happen. Anyway, sorry, back to Hatana's gallery. He's got 3 or 5 ETH, and his plan is to buy a couple of goalkeepers, rare and super rare. Let me see if you've already bought some, because this was a while ago. So you've bought Lawal and Heidel already. Let me see what we're cooking up in the old line. Actually, let's have a look at your SO5 stats. Nearly over 40 ETH in rewards is class, to be fair. 76 ETH gallery. Now, this is like the polar opposite of Lucky Green's gallery from earlier on in the video. Like, you have almost identical valuations, maybe 3 or 5 ETH apart, right? But you have got over double what he's won in rewards. And also, like, you look at 39 rares, 105 super rares, 17 uniques. It's a much more streamlined gallery that makes a lot more sense, in my opinion. Your lineups make a lot more sense already just by looking at them, right? Like, they're built, in my opinion, just better. There obviously are some risks here and there as well. Like, who knows what happens with MLS goalkeepers during the Leagues Cup. It is the weirdest spot. Like, does just randomly get rotated. Will Enzo Perez play for River Plate? Does he get rotated? Who knows? Same with Beltran. Paulini's got a difficult game against Flamengo. Like, some of them are like, oh, that lineup's a bit difficult this week. But I can see they're players where when you have the right matchup, they're just nutty players regardless. Super S Sasha, that's a decent card. Quincy Promes as well. I'm a bit gutted that I went... Pavel had a Super Rare Promes and I went to go and get one. And someone like overpaid like crazy for it and I missed out. And I'm kind of gutted about that. Oh, did I sell you this? No, it wasn't me. I sold somebody a super rare Suarez. I thought it was that one, but it wasn't 6 out of 10. I think your lines make a lot of sense, to be fair. Your lines are strong, they're streamlined. I think your gallery is better than mine as well. Can't lie. Like I don't think there's much advice I can give you there, other than just kind of flex the gallery. How did you do last week? 391, second in All Star Super Rare. So you won yourself a tier 2 Super Rare and a tier 2 Rare. Who did you actually win? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. See who you won. Who did you win last week? Then go on, show me. Mark Gahey, who's actually a really solid Super Rare. He's one of those cards where, like, most of the time it's a 50-pointer, but is easily in those 70 points every now and then. Could break through an England squad as well. Might even go to Chelsea. I think it's a good spot for him. I know Chelsea weren't great last year, but I think that's a good spot for him if he does go to Chelsea. Or back to Chelsea, should I say. You won Beauregard a few weeks ago. That's a really nice pickup. Super Rare Beauregard, or Bourigeaud, as he's pronounced, is a great pickup. Did you sell him? No, you didn't. I'm not surprised you didn't sell him. That's a great pickup. Super Rare Joe Willock. Wow, you kill it in the Super Rare division. Oh my word. Bro just sweeps in the Super Rare division. That's crazy. Fair play. I don't think there's anything I can sit here and give you advice on. You literally win. You've won more rewards than I have my entire gallery valuation. You know what I mean? I don't think there's any advice. I think it's just a gallery flex. But fair play. You've won some solid cards. I'm hoping to have like a bunch of good Super Rares in rewards from this time next year, to be honest myself. I love seeing good Super Rares and rewards. All right, the last gallery of today is going to be from Wallen. Now, Wallen says his plans to win All-Star and Challenger Europe. He wants to creep into Champion Europe and strengthen All-Star. So he's got £60 to play with, and he just did a revamp, so he's really happy with what he's built. But advice / fresh insight would be more than welcome. Let's have a look at Wallen's gallery then to end off this video. I've tried to make this one a little bit shorter and sweeter than the previous ones. I know the last one was like an hour long. I know you guys don't want to watch an hour long video. And also, like, yeah, like, I feel like, yeah, I'm just trying to make it quicker and easier to consume. If you guys have anything you'd like to request in these videos as well, let me know in the comments down below. So, let me see what you're cooking then. So, you want to win All-Star and Challenger Europe. Do we think these teams are good enough? I have no idea. I know Limited is extremely competitive. So I actually have no idea how easy or hard it is to win in Limited. I know it's a very competitive area of So Rare, and that's why I don't go near it. But I know Desart is quality. I know Kuipers is quality. I know Van Aken's absolutely fantastic. McAllister, we don't know yet. I love this lineup, though, because you've got Morris and McAllister from USG. Then you've got Van Aken, who's just an absolute monster. Then you've got Desart and Kuipers. I think in future game weeks, I'd probably captain Van Aken because he's got he's on pens, he's got that 100-point potential. And although Kuipers is a great scorer, he doesn't always have that 100-point potential. I'm intrigued to see how McAllister does as well. I don't know if McAllister's going to do amazingly or not for USG. We'll have to see, but he is a great scorer in the Argentinian league, so I guess we'll sort of see what happens. I think this is definitely a podium potential lineup, though. I like that it's all JPL as well, Jupiler Pro League. It means that there's no risk that one random week you have 4 players playing and one guy DMP and you're screwed. Like, all 5 should play as long as they have games in the Jupiler Pro League, and they should all have games on the same weekend. So that's really, really good. And then All-Star Limited, I can't lie, I know nothing about any of these guys. I don't know anything about any of them. Some poorly players, I know nothing about them, but I hope for your sake they do really, really well. You have a £60 to play with. What would I do? Let me see what you've got in your gallery. Let me see if you're rocking depth. So goalkeepers, you've got Lars on a stall there as well. Oh, that might not even be your strongest lineup. Hello. Okay, first things first. Wow. Okay, I like that. You've got Besiktas players here as well. Ken Tossen's obviously injured, so maybe there could be an improvement. I don't know how much he is, right? He might be too expensive, but I know he's dropped in price a lot. He's a bit too much now. He was cheap enough at one point, but I think that 97-point game that he recently just had has pushed his price too high again. I would have said go and get yourself a Tadic in Limited. I feel like he'd be a great forward for you because you got other Turkish players, but I think it's about out of the budget. Maybe with a few rewards. Could be maybe someone you work towards. I'd also say, if again, I don't know if he's like price-wise, if he's in your budget or not. Let me have a quick check. Oh, easy. I would always go for Smal over Proper in a Twente stack, and the reason why is because Proper has got really good potential. He's a great scorer, like really consistent, but Smal, like, has the 100-point potential so much more often. Like, so much more often. I mean, like, what, 6 90 to 100s last year, 4 80 to 90s, and then, like, most of the time, his, like, meh scores are very close to Proper's anyway. Like, So yeah, and obviously you're looking at home games for 20 anyway, right? So if we look at home games only, that's ridiculous. Only what, 2 scores that aren't lime green? Yeah, for me, I'd probably go Smal over Proper, or maybe both. I actually last year in All Star Rare Pro, I ran both for most of the year. Like, and in those games where it's like a big boy, I mean, this one, 20 versus Camber, I won a big boy reward in this one, right? I don't know, was this one? No, this wasn't when I won the division. But like, Proper at a 65 and went off in the 70th minute as well, which sucked. Smal 100, Understyle 100. Crazy, right? You have like another 100 point here from Smal, and you have Proper 89, Smal 100, Understyle 65. Like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, maybe running both of them could be a good shout. But I'm thinking to call it there for the galleries today. I know I only did like 4 or 5, but I wanted to like keep it short and sweet. What I'm gonna try and do is I'm gonna try and keep these gallery reviews themed. So this episode we had a couple of 70 plus ETH galleries. So we're gonna say that this is more of a flex episode because I don't really think I can do much to help a 70 plus ETH gallery. And then in next episode, I'm going to try and aim for people with 5 ETH or below galleries and go for like I don't want to say budget. That's so condescending and stupid. Like, it's because it's not a budget gallery. Like 5 ETH is a stupidly expensive amount of money to put into anything. Like, that's what, like over 10 grand. And like, if you've got like however much you've got into so rare, you know what I mean? But like, in comparison to some of the whales that we see, like 5 ETH compared to 75 ETH is crazy, like the difference. So I want to do next week's episode where it's like a smaller budget, but it's obviously not, it's still a lot of money, right? So yeah, that's what I think we'll plan, and hopefully these videos get better over time as well. I understand that a lot of these will be me just rambling and waffling as well. I'm fully aware of what I'm like, so apologies if it does come a bit rambling, a bit waffly, but thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. Leave a like on the video if you guys did enjoy, subscribe if you're new around here, and I'll see you in the next episode.